Good morning, dear students. I am Geeta Gangadharan, Associate Professor of English, Maharani's Arts College for Women, Mysuru. Now we will discuss yet another story in the text. The title of the story is Awakening. Have you all completed reading the story? If not, please read the story and then proceed to watch the video. Awakening is the story of Uma and her husband Jatin. The story depicts the loss of their only son Anuj in a mishap in his college at Bangalore, their grief over this loss and how they finally come to terms with it. The death of Uma's son is a great blow to her because her life basically revolved around him. Silence had always been Uma's friend and protective armor, but Anuj's constant chatter had broken through her defenses. Anuj's entry into Uma's life turned her life upside down. Beginning with Anuj's baby talk, Uma enjoyed his unending conversations. I quote, Anuj had so gently and deftly led her out of her fortress of solitude. In short, Anuj was an all-pervasive influence upon his mother. Therefore, the death of the son was a devastating blow to her. This tragedy snatched away the colorful, vibrant moments from her life. She was no more interested in decking herself up, be it the nail varnish or the gaily colored sarees. Jatin was very restrained. On the other hand, Jatin was very restrained in expressing any of his emotions. Even after the death of his son, he was stoically silent. Though his silence was acceptable to everyone, Uma's silence was misinterpreted more often than not. The dearth of affection in Uma's life was persistent. We learn that her sister-in-law, Moni, and her mother-in-law took pleasure in hurting her. Even Uma's own mother thoughtlessly inflicts pain upon her. She blames Uma for the decision to not have a second child, even as Uma finds herself bereft of her solitary source of joy. All Uma is now left with are memories of Anuj. She fondly recollects the boat ride on the river Brahmaputra and how exhilarated she felt to be there. Uma realizes that Anuj was her connect to life. With his exit, she would have to negotiate the wasteland of her life all alone. On Anuj's first death anniversary, Uma again relives the many special moments that she had shared with him. She remembers him as a boy playing cricket, the six he hit, the pride she felt, and the warmth of his embrace as he ran into her arms. The void he left behind then became more apparent. In the year after Anuj's passing, not once had she been hugged. The morning after Shraddha, Jatin insists on her accompanying him on a boat ride at Sakleshwar Ghat. While at the Ghat, a sudden desire to visit Anuj's college and the spot of his death grips her. Jatin gives in reluctantly. 3 days later, they fly to Bangalore. From her many conversations with Anuj, Uma felt like she knew the strange streets of the city. Even though Anuj had once loved the city, Uma felt nothing but ambivalence. Thereafter, Jatin and Uma were met by Tarun, Anuj's friend and roommate, at the hotel lobby. Over dinner, having exchanged pleasantries, Uma finally confronts Tarun, asking to know the exact turn of events that led to Anuj's tragic death. On Uma's insistence, Tarun reveals the details of the unfortunate event. The friction between two groups in the college on the last day of the college festival culminated in the death of Anuj and another boy. The next morning, Uma and Jatin visit the college. A young girl by name Sharda receives them at the college gate and takes them to a field behind the canteen where the incident had taken place. Uma and Jatin stand side by side. Uma starts thinking about Anuj's last moments and wonders what she must have been doing when he departed from this world. At last, there is an awakening within her. She feels the immensity of the loss and embraces the excruciating pain that accompanies it. She realizes that Anuj is now only a memory and not a reality. She begins to acknowledge and welcome the pain that stems from the awakening. The stillness and void within her seem to give way to a new lease of life. The concluding lines of the story and her embracing Jatin is perhaps indicative of Uma's return to life and its harsh realities, however painful they may be. Jatin's empathy, which once lay hidden in his curt words, also seems to surface when he sees Uma in pain after burning her fingers. As Uma tentatively pulls herself into his embrace, Jatin and she embark upon a new journey in an attempt to come to terms with the ineffable grief of losing their only child.